Hancur deh. Sadis.
Lewotobi kembali meletus sore hari ini. Apinya semakin banyak.
It struck at dawn. No warning, no sign, just a thunderous roar ripping through Indonesia's mountains. On June 17, 2025, Mount Lewotobi Laki Laki exploded with a violent eruption. A massive ash column shot skyward, piercing the clouds and rising over 11 kilometers high. In seconds, daylight vanished. A choking gray veil covered the valleys, casting everything in eerie darkness. The sound was deafening. Thunder echoed across villages. Trees bent, roofs rattled, homes shook. Panic swept through the streets. No one expected the calm of morning to be shattered so violently. In just 2 hours, over 50 eruption-related events were recorded. That's more than 5 times the daily average. This wasn't a warning shot, it was a full assault.
Omanto, gunung, gak ada. Omanto, gak ada. Omanto, cepat motor.
Gitu aneh. Ih, gono aku keturu plate habis baku aku beli musim bener.
Wih, mama
Authorities raised the alert level to the highest possible. Volcanic sensors had picked up spikes in heat, gas, and seismic activity the day before, but no one predicted it would escalate this quickly. The exclusion zone was expanded to an 8-kilometer radius. Evacuation orders blared from loudspeakers. People rushed out, faces covered in cloth. Children clutched tight, fleeing the mountain's wrath. Others stayed behind, locked their doors, and prayed. Emergency workers handed out masks. Warnings spread about the danger of inhaling fine ash particles. These invisible threats can burn lungs, scar airways, and linger in the body for life. But the worst was still coming. As ash rained down on rooftops and roads, the first drops of tropical rain began to fall. It mixed with ash to create something far more lethal: lahars. These fast-moving mudflows act like rivers of cement, charging down slopes, swallowing everything in their path. Streams around the volcano turned cloudy gray. People scrambled to cover their wells and water tanks to avoid contamination. The air reeked of sulfur, a town choking under nature's breath. Overhead, the ash plume spread fast. Satellite images showed it rising into the cruising altitude of commercial jets. Airlines rerouted flights. Aviation authorities stood ready to close airspace if needed. Mount Lewotobi Laki Laki had already erupted twice this year. March and May saw evacuations and disrupted travel, but this time was different. This was bigger, stronger, faster. The ash column was the tallest in recent memory. The eruption frequency was off the charts. Tremors rocked the region for hours. Monitoring stations lit up with red alerts. Teams of scientists used drones, satellites, and gas sensors to study the volcano. They detected high sulfur emissions in hot zones days before the eruption. Magma was moving upward, but no system could predict the precise moment it would blow. And when it did, it came with no mercy. The local communities have lived under this mountain for generations. They've seen eruptions before. But this one felt different. Schools shut down, buses stopped. More than 3,000 people were forced to flee their homes. Shelters filled quickly. People lined up for food, water, and medical aid. Children cried. The elderly coughed violently from the ash. Eyes turned to the mountain, still rumbling in the distance. But the nightmare wasn't over. Meteorologists warned of continued rain in the coming days. That rain, falling on thick layers of ash, could trigger more lahars. These flows don't wait. They don't slow down. They bury roads, crush homes, destroy farmland. Officials urged residents near rivers and slopes to stay alert. If you hear a strange rumble, see muddy water, or notice cracks in the earth, run. The environmental damage is already vast. Forests smothered in ash, wildlife fleeing, rivers poisoned. The region has become a dead zone, at least for now. And now a larger question looms. Is this the start of a new eruptive cycle? Geologists think it's possible. Magma is still moving. Seismic activity hasn't stopped. The volcano isn't done. This may just be the beginning. Lewotobi Laki Laki is more than a volcano. It's a reminder that Earth is still alive. Every breath it takes can give life or unleash destruction. So the question now is not what happened in Indonesia. It's this: is your city ready if this happens tomorrow?